In order to install a shadow profile, you need to prepare a niche for it. The height of this niche should be 100 millimeters, and the depth should be 20 to 25 millimeters. We take strips of Penaplex 100 millimeters high and lay them in the corner along the perimeter of the room. Next, we plaster the wall above the Penaplex. If the niche is not deep enough after plastering, that is less than 20 millimeters, it needs to be deepened. If engineering communications interfere with the shadow profile, they need to be recessed into the wall. To do this as simply and correctly as possible, you can use the profile that you purchase from us. From it, you can make what is called a template. A special protrusion is cut out, which in height will match the height and depth of the niche. After you have cut it out, apply plaster here and level it. You don't need to achieve a very high surface quality because it will all be covered, but the geometry itself will be preserved. What advantage does this offer? First of all, you use the same material both on the wall and for the preparation. In other words, the materials themselves will behave the same way. This means the shadow profile itself will be very easy to install. You already have precise geometry. You apply, for example, liquid nails to the shadow profile and glue it in place. You don't have to worry about getting the depth right. You already have precise geometry, and it will be perfectly flush with the overall plane of the wall. Now we take the profile. We apply liquid nails. In this case, we used MVP 70 super strong construction adhesive. But in principle, you can use any high quality equivalent. Before applying plaster to the top part of the profile, you need to make sure that everything is primed there. To achieve maximum and optimal adhesion, it is crucial to pay close attention to the fact that the plaster material should thoroughly reach and fully engage with the ribbed surface on the profile. Furthermore, the prominently protruding lower edge is absolutely necessary and essential for the subsequent and precise wall puttying process. So we can see an intermediate stage of profile installation where the upper part of the profile has been filled with plaster. Accordingly, all that's left is to putty and paint. Overall, the entire niche is already done and prepared. It has a precise geometry, and as you can see, it already looks great. An important point I wanted to focus on is the corner of the wall. How the profile fits and how it joins together with the painter's corner bead. Here we've specifically made a small section that shows us the actual joint. The profile is cut at a 45-degree angle, forming a precise corner. And in order to reinforce this corner from all sides, making it as reliable and durable as possible, we bring the painter's corner bead right up to the shadow profile. The shadow profile has a special protruding rib. Since the painter's corner bead has a certain thickness, it fits precisely against this rib and does not stick out. As a result, we get perfectly even edges on all sides, and they're also sturdy. At this stage, we have a pre-finished surface. The profile is installed, puttied up to this edge, and leveled with the general plane of the wall. We have a finished result. The wall is completely painted, and you can see that it doesn't reach the floor. In other words, this creates the very effect of a floating wall. As for cleaning, you can easily reach in there with your hand and a cloth and remove all the dust. You can also do this with a robot vacuum cleaner or use a crevice nozzle on a regular vacuum cleaner. This technical solution is durable because it is made entirely of aluminum.